made it a tradition, and as well as my mentors themselves have done it through the years. A quote that I'm actually going to start out with is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The bottom line is that if fast is fun. Fast is fun, but it's alone. And sometimes it's warranted to go alone and go fast. But in the case of your career and your school and just in life in general, you're going to need a team to accomplish those goals, and you cannot do it alone. The definition of a mentor is very simple. It is an experienced and trusted advisor. It's somebody who's done more than you, has more knowledge and experience than you. So as you grow, you can have that same experience and knowledge to pass to someone else, but as of right now, it should be somebody that knows more than you. It's actually, they do kind of different things. For history of my own self, it started out as early as my grandmother, and then in high school, it moved on to a counselor who helped me identify what I was good at, and then went on to how do we get you there? What colleges would better suit you? Do you want to be here? Then when it moved on to junior college, it was a professor who just took a liking to me and said, you know, you're good at this, and kind of steers you to that direction of trying to find your positives and your negatives. That's another thing that we'll get to shortly, but they're able to see those different things. Currently, I have two mentors. One has a background in being a doctor and a law professor. So, and that's where I see myself. I found, and another one has taught in the university system for a few years. And I use them because the importance of that is very simple. According to mentoring.org, 55% of people who have mentors are actually more likely to go to college, which that's a huge statistic right there, to start when you're younger and provide those same opportunities for someone else. 78% are more likely to volunteer, which means your communities are going to grow, you're going to be happier, more people are more successful. And here's the most important, which is if you have a mentor, you have a 130% more chance of being in a leadership position as you grow in your own career. That right there should be enough to say, perhaps I should go out and get a mentor. Their job as a mentor is actually a few different things, which is their purpose is to help you identify what your needs are. So you sit down and you say, this is what I want, and then they go, that's terrific, now let's see what you're good at, and that's when we start talking about your positives and negatives. Good example is I wasn't good at math and certain things, and they said you're going to need to get help in those areas. And that's not a bad thing. But they can help you to identify where you're going to need to get that, or even put you in contact with the right people. The second was facilitate those needs. They have resources, you do not. They have knowledge and experience, you do not. Take advantage of that. There's somewhat of a saying that, you know, the good old boys club, well, that comes from actually mentorship and other people. You create this circle of success around you. And with that circle, you're going to have more opportunities for not just these resources, jobs, people that you meet. And it's also a support. A great example is mentoring. I have a macro intern. Not doing so hot. But I called my mentor and I said, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I have none. And I'm not understanding this, and we went through a few things, and I was just actually able to talk it through, was the difference between not understanding what I was doing and understanding. And I did pass my midterm, which I was pretty excited about. But the point of that is that they weren't just there for the knowledge, they were there for that emotional support that I needed to just talk it through and go, it's all right, this happens. Or if you fail a class, it's okay, things happen. Sometimes you need to be able to reach out to somebody, or when you're just overwhelmed or stressed or even happy, they want to share in those successes, because again, their circle is growing with you. Bring people along with you. They have opportunities. The percentage of people who have a mentor, from the mind of a millionaire, the fourth most important thing that everyone said was mentorship. Now I've read the book, it's by Thomas J. Stanley. It's fascinating to find out the fourth thing was mentorship. It costs nothing except time, which means you go out there, you do have to network to find it. Go to alumni events. These are people who are successful in our community. Go out there and talk to people because it's going to make a difference. The last part would be carrying on the tradition. So I have my mentors now. They're there for me. I meet with them at the end of every semester also. We talk about my grades. We talk about where we see if I'm on track, if the next part of the success is, where I'm going is correct. And then when you get to a certain point, you have to start passing on that knowledge to someone else. Even here at PSU, we have I know that in the English department, they have a peer mentoring program. You can do that. You'll find that once you progress on and you're a junior and a senior that you're going to come across some freshmen and perhaps that you can help them. And you never know. And sometimes it is about friendliness as well, which was mentioned in the book, which was actually the most important thing, which was being able to get along well with others and be friendly. And that ties back into your mentorship in that circle. I've had job opportunities and meeting great people through my mentors. And now I'm starting to do that with another young woman who's at Utah State now. And she left, but she started here, and I've known her since she was young. And I do that. She calls, same thing, midterms, freaking out. Let's call, let's talk it through. And then when she doesn't know how to fill out a financial aid, we all start somewhere. And remembering that we do that, and then when we go out into the world, our circle just got much bigger to help one another. And there's nothing wrong with helping one another. Instead of that, the backbiting and so forth, you're actually going to succeed much more with having a bigger circle of people to rely on for resources.